for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, this is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right. Welcome into What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington here on 93.7 The Tickets. See if I can get this to work. There we go. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington here on 93.7 The Tickets. Streaming right now only because we have Royals over the airwaves right now. But I got Chancellor Brewington, your host as always, with me, streaming in. Chancellor, how are you?
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's a nice, pretty nice weather here. Not too hot, not too cold, depending on who you are. But for me, it's pretty nice weather up here in Lincoln. So good day, good Saturday.
Yeah, that's always good. That's always good. And I hope all the listeners and all the people that are viewing and watching are having a great day. And we always have some fun conversations and some fun stuff to talk about on here during the weekend. So I'm excited. And yeah, man, I think, the weekends are always cool for like reflection, and, to kind of see like, where you're at in the week, where you're at. And one thing that was heavy this whole week and, it's unfortunate, of course. But just, I would say like mental health. And, of course, I saw like they're doing like the ALS ice bath.
Yeah,
I've seen people are doing the I've seen people doing are like the mental health awareness ice baths or something like that. But
that's cool.
Yeah, but I say all this because I say this specifically from the athlete perspective, to where I think sometimes I think athletes sometimes are overlooked in the mental health landscape, and purely because we're seen as just people with the helmet, especially football players, were really disconnected from the human side because you have like this uniform and this this gladiator mask on. But I think what athletes kind of neglect, and I don't think it's like it's a conscious neglect. I think it's unconscious. I think it's the way we're programmed, is that we're taught so hard to go hard on our craft and on our game that sometimes anything else of it kind of like seems like it really doesn't matter. Right. And I think what we're seeing with uh, the top athletes in the past like 25 years is that they're getting mental coaches, they're getting, you know, sports psychologists, they're going to therapy, they're doing all this stuff, and I think it's a push in the right direction. But I don't know. I just think the tools to be the tools. I think we just need more tools, because I don't think we should ask for the problems to be easier. I think we should always ask for us to be stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so I'm passionate about it, and I think there's a space for more awareness on the topic. And I don't mean this thing where like we're lamenting about our problems and it's like woe is me, but I think it's like a proactive approach of like how can we incorporate like the inner state is just as important as, you know, going and doing bench press and going and, you know, doing a change of direction drill or running routes. Like that, like I think we should reevaluate the hierarchy of what's important to the athlete, and I think we're taught what's important to athletes. You know, I think it's inherited. I don't think, you know, if we were taught that, making sure your mental state and make sure your emotional state and making sure like your relationships outside of football or outside of your sport are patched up and all that stuff, that would make you a better player. If we were taught that early on, then I feel as if, you know, that would just be the norm, right? And that would just be a belief system or a paradigm that's passed on through, you know, through generation to generation, or from, you know, next year to year. But I think we're slowly getting to that point. But you know, and it's no different for life. You know, it's no different. I think we sometimes, as athletes, it's so interesting. Like when you're in the football world, like there's like this thing called culture, right? Or sports world culture, right? And so, you know, if me and Jackson are on the team, right? You know, you're the quarterback, I'm the receiver. And so your job is to, you know, round up the troops, make sure we abide by the culture or the rules, right? And so we're almost like conditioned to think like this is all that matters, right? And it's, you know, and it serves purpose, right? You know, like the culture, you know, the little stuff, it's fun and it's necessary, right? But when you zoom out a little bit and look at it like, I guess from an identity standpoint of who am I, why am I here, stuff like that. You start to zoom out on these, you know, questions and, you know, purpose and stuff like that. I think that can kind of hinder, you know, your perspective on who you are a little bit. And I definitely think that keeping that perspective and keeping that that keeping the main thing. And I think the main thing is everyone's internal state, right? And knowing, you know, and I think it's obvious, especially like when people go and like get success. We've seen it, I mean, time after time, like the internal state isn't right to start off with, and then it just magnifies more and more, right? And that's not what we want. We want to stay consistent with, if we want to magnify anything, we want to magnify like how beautiful we are, you know, how great we are on the inside, the work we're doing, you know, all these different things. So I think just shedding awareness on that, and it really doesn't only pertain to football, because you can literally just replace football with work, you know, in the corporate world, like the culture within the workplace, right? Like if you're so consumed by that and that's your number one thing, and you're not your number one thing, then I think you know, the hierarchy is like, you know, it's out of place right there. But if we're the number one thing, I don't mean this from like a egotistical side, but if we're the number one thing and we're working on ourselves and, you know, we're understanding some things. I'm reading a book right now. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. And it's all about kind of like the mind body connection, but it's also about how, you know, undealt with emotions and trauma and all these different things, you know, they manifest physically into the body. And so you don't know how they're going to manifest physically. And so if you're holding on to different emotions, different guilt, shame, anger, resentment, all these different things, that they end up eventually manifesting into the body. And so that's not what you want, right? We want to all live a healthy life, right? Yeah. And it's not limited to just life. It's also sports. And I think sometimes we we separate those two things because we just want to see our athletes as superhumans, right? We don't want to see LeBron James sometimes as a human. We want to see him like defy age and father time and like like we want to see that, right? We don't want to see Steph Curry, or I guess the population, the collectiveness. Like I don't know if people want to see like Steph Curry talk about his feelings, right? Like people probably just want to see him score, but I think that's the error, right? And you're not seeing the human side. And I think as a collective, if we can be more supportive in that area, and take the first step, right? Because I think when you feel something and you don't say something, I mean, of course, if it's warranted, right, and if it's not disrespectful, I don't mean it like that, but if it's something that needs to be said and and can help someone, the price of not saying it, like who knows what that is, right? So I just want to start the show off with that and shed some light on that. And I definitely am just, my thoughts are with everyone within that situation, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a tough one, but I think eventually, if we can move in the right direction, man, things can get better and it will get better.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah, for sure. So what's something I was gonna ask that at the beginning, but like what's something this week, man, that was on you, that you felt, something that maybe you learned, putting you on the spot a little bit, but what's something maybe you learned this week?
Man, yeah, that's a tough question to answer on the spot. What's something I learned this week? Trying to like think like deeper than just like simplistic things.
It could be that.
I mean, I have a dog, right? I have a dog. She's a puppy. She's a little over 6 months old. So I learn a lot of new things about what it's like to be raising a puppy every day. So I feel like that from my week to week is like my base. Like I learned so much about what it's like to raise a puppy and the difficulties that come with it. Sometimes it's stress. Sometimes it's joy because she's also just a cute little puppy. But yeah, I think I learning what it's like raising a dog, or really raising anything that you love. But yeah, I feel like that's something I've learned this week.
Nah, for sure, man. I'll tell you what, them animals, they'll teach you patience.
That's for sure.
They'll teach you patience. I don't know. I guess I've just want to ask that because it's the weekend, man, and I probably will start. Hey, so next week you gotta you gotta be looking for something.
It'll be my challenge. It'll be my homework. I'll be looking for something like, hey, what am I learning this week about myself? Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And I think I was obviously thinking about during your question, like what was something I learned? What was something I tried to I would just say like certainty, a concept I'm learning about right now. It's like certainty. So it's like you have you have doubts and fears, right? That's on one side of the spectrum. And then like you have like belief. So like you believe in something, right? And then you like have faith that like something is going to eventually whatever. And then you have like certainty, right? And I think that's like the ultimate faith or belief standard. And I've been learning about it this week, and it's funny. I've learned that once you start learning about something, or like once you start like implementing something like into your life, or like say I want to be more patient, right? Or like I want to like experience more peace, or like whatever it could be, whatever it is, right? Insert your own example. The test comes to challenge that belief or challenge that request, right? So if it's patience, you're going to have opportunity to lash out or to get upset or to be frustrated or something not go according to your timeline, right? And then like if it's certainty, like you're going to have a situation that comes up where a doubt's creeping, fear, whatever it is. But I've definitely learned throughout this I'll say this past year is, first of all, like, be careful what you say. And like
Yeah.
the cliche saying, like, be careful what you ask or wish for or ask for, because man, you never know. I'll tell you what, you never know. I remember like there's been like specific moments in my life where I remember certain times, or like very vividly. And like there's those times where like you're asking to like kind of go to the next level, like you're like ready to go to the next level, and then like something happens. And I remember like specifically like 2 or 3 times. I'm not saying that's where I'm at right now, but it's like in the same vein of like be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
I remember being in college, like I'm ready to like become like more of like who I'm supposed to be, whatever. And like the next week I get shoulder surgery. Like I tear my
Hmm.
labrum, and I'm out for 6 months, and
Ugh.
I'm out for the year. And like it's just like it's funny, but then like hindsight is always 2020, right? So
Yeah.
you look back and you're like, oh wow, that set me up for this. That set me, like, I wouldn't have been able to go to Nebraska if that didn't happen. I met some beautiful people. I evolved as a person. Like there's so many awesome things. It gave me a moment, like it gave me more time with like a certain family member that maybe I wasn't going to be with, later on. So I think hindsight is always 2020. I think the hardest thing for me, and I think it would be for us, I think I can insert us because I think it's prevalent for everyone, is that it's so hard to see what the lesson is in the dark moment, or in the time of hardship. Like it's so hard to like what's the lesson here? Like it don't look like there's no type of knowledge I'm about to get from this. This just sucks, right? But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you then look forward, or you 2 months later, you look back and reflect. And you're like, oh man, that's why it was. But I think it's also necessary too to reflect, if you don't reflect it, then you kind of see a pattern too within your life. The more you reflect, you kind of see like, okay, there's like a hardship, there's some type of like pressure, or there's some type of test, and then there's like a huge breakthrough. And then like you kind of
Yeah.
have like that pattern for your life. And then you can like, at least where I'm only 25, but then I can kind of see like, okay, I have a pattern. And then I can see like the positive or negative outcomes. Like I think sometimes we zoom in on the negatives and we say like, why did this happen?
Mm.
But sometimes we don't zoom in on the positives and say like, why did this happen too? And
Yeah.
I think that's more of like, the glass half full, the optimistic side. It's
Mhm.
necessary, of course, to look at your negatives and say, why did it happen? But I think it's also think it's also key to look at your positives and be like, oh, like good job, bro. Like that's if we want to talk like mental health, like when's the last time you told yourself good job? Like for
Hmm.
real. Like when's the last time you said, man, I'm proud of you. Like good job. I love you, bro. Talking to
Yeah.
yourself. Like, and
Hmm.
we congratulate and give everyone else honors and respect. Like, but when's the time where you give yourself the credit that's due? And not in a prideful way, but always in always acknowledging that there's room for growth. Like Jackson, or I'll just do it to myself. Like Chance, you did great. You did great, but there's still more. There's still more, but you did great, right? So
Yeah.
you're acknowledging the step forward, but you're also acknowledging there's hundreds of steps more forward to go, and that you're not there yet. But yeah, and it kind of goes to the McConaughey quote that we were talking about a few weeks ago, or a week ago, or
Yeah.
whenever it was, that his what was it? His hero is the version of him 10 years down the road. And then
Yeah.
he said it at 15, then he got to 25, and at 25 he said it was him at 35, and at 35 he said it was him at 45, and it just kept going and going and going. And I think it's the acknowledgement that you don't ever get to the ideal version of yourself, that it's a never ending constant cycle and loop. And that's what makes it fun. I think that's what I've realized, because you end up like hitting a goal. And that's why, I mean, imagine if, Jackson, you had a goal, right? For like
Mhm.
your whole life goal, right? Is to, climb the mountain or whatever it is. And you get to the top of the mountain and it's like, okay, like what's next? And I think that's where the depression kicks in for athletes post career, is that they get to the top. If you watch the Aaron Rodgers documentary, it was screaming. That was the basis of 4 of the episodes, was that he reached this fame so early in his life, right? Which was the Super Bowl in like 2008 in his like 3rd or 4th year, right? And he got MVP. Like, what else? There's no higher pinnacle than that. That's the pinnacle of, you could say, like, that's almost the pinnacle of sports. Like, finals MVP, like Super Bowl MVP, like World Series MVP. Like, that's like the pinnacle, right? And I think it's even more special because football is one game, right? Because it's not like a stretch out of 7 games. There's one game. It matters tonight. And if you don't get it done tonight, it doesn't matter, right? And so Aaron Rodgers hit that. And he says, like, he went in this 3-year, 4-year, 5-year, ended up being like a 7-8 year stretch where like there was no fulfillment. Like, it was never enough. He never got that same like hit of dopamine of holding that trophy up. But then he also said once he hit it, like, so once he got the NFL MVP, there was a moment where it felt great. And then 2 hours later, it was like, all right, what's next? And I think that's the struggle of the athlete or the overachiever or the ambitious person, is that it's hard to be in the moment, first of all, and that the moments pass by like this, and we're always searching for the next one. We're always searching for like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And I think that's where the acknowledgement kicks in. But if you haven't seen that Aaron Rodgers documentary, you got to go see it. It's, if it gets into the plant medicine stuff where people can, you got to watch that if you're not into that, of course. I just think learn about everything is fascinating. But if you see his journey, you kind of understand, like, okay, this is why he is the way he is, and there's a real reason for it. But yeah, those are my thoughts, man.
Yeah, man. We'll go ahead and take our first break here, but don't worry, we got 2 more segments here of What's Brewing on the other side.
Spring has arrived, the temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back into What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington here on 93.7 The Ticket, taking you through yet another Saturday afternoon here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're listening to 93.7 Ticket. What's Brewing? I'm Chancellor, man. My boy Jackson. We were just wrapping it up, kind of on that mental health space, kind of talking about like ambitious people. And it's super interesting. I was having a conversation with kind of like a mentor the other day, and I think it's a concept, and it's like a thing that probably a lot of people see and go through is like how can I explain this? So you're where you are, right? You're where you are present day, right? You know, was it the 19th? You're where you are, right? But there's a version of you that you're craving, right? You want to be this, and this, X, Y, and Z. I mean, for someone who's striving for literally anything, it's going to require you to be smarter, not better looking, better, you know, physically, health, financial, whatever it is, right? Like there's something that you're striving towards, right? And that's the evolution of, you know, the human, right? So like you have to become more, right? And so it's so interesting that, so I was kind of wrestling with this like the last 2 weeks and thinking about it, is that there are certain luxuries that, you know, we currently have, right? Whether it's a little bit more time maybe, or, you know, maybe being around family a little bit more, or just simple things like taking a walk, man, having the time to take a walk. And then there's another version of you that you're striving to be, right? And those luxuries that you currently have, that person in the future would love, and those would be luxuries, right? So it's like this double-edged sword and this razor's edge of where like the two have things that each one of them want, and each one of them, you know, are, you know, you're being pushed to to a new level. But at that new level, some of the things you're currently going through, you're actually going to wish you could go through them and wish you can experience them again. And so I just navigating the tension, I just thought that was interesting. It kind of goes along the track of being an ambitious person, but also trying to find a space for the present moment, right? That the present moment is like super sacred, like being here talking with you, like this is sacred, right? To me, like being able to hear your thoughts, and then, maybe your thought can inspire someone to be a better person, right?
Yeah.
Or, vice versa. Being able to bounce things off and being in this space. But, if my mind is always on the next thing, I can never get the most out of this moment, right? And I think that's what the struggle is for the quote unquote grind culture that we're taught, right? We're taught that in sports, we're taught that in life, is that like you grind, you work, and then you eventually get there. But I think that mentality, I think it's played out. I think it's played out. I don't know if I believe in that anymore. I think there's a more efficient way to do it. I really do. I think there's a more efficient way to do it.
Yeah.
And I think you have to test some new things out, test some theories out. And that's kind of where I'm at. Because in football, I was always taught that, the guy who works the hardest wins. Right. There's this phrase, Jackson, we called it work wins. And it was like work wins, right? So like, work wins, whatever, work wins, right? Well, I reflect back, and while I was in it, I always thought it was interesting, but I was just like I was a coachable guy. So I was just like, follow what they say. Right. But then you look back and like, that's not true. It's not. People who work the hardest aren't the ones that always win. That's not true. Sometimes it is left up. I don't know if it's ever left up to chance, but I think it's left up to self-belief. Because I remember my time at Nebraska, I've encountered like a lot of different people. Like it was just like, when I was at NAU, there's a lot of, West Coast people. At Nebraska, it was like West Coast, East Coast, Southern, people from New York, Midwest, never been around whatever. And some phenomenal athletes. I would say similar guys were on the same work level, but the factor was the dude believed in himself just a little bit more than the other, or a lot more than the other. And it was evident. And so when he went out there to play, there was never a second guess in, can I make the play? Can I catch the ball? Can I run the route? Right. And I look back and reflect. I'm like, hindsight 2020 all makes sense. Right. But I think we can all take that into our lives, right? Like being able to say, like, am I working? Here's a good one. Am I working? Is my work what I put my belief in? Right. Is my work, right? Like the things I do with my hands, the labor, that's what puts food on the table, right? The work. Or is it like the work, or is it the belief in myself is why I do the work? I believe in myself so much that I'm going to do the work, and it's actually predicated on my belief, not the work. And that's a lesson I had to learn. It's a lesson that was taught to me. I didn't accept it, and I had to learn it. I had to learn it in a different way. And I think that's the beautiful ones, is when you don't really accept it, the same test comes back. But yeah, just some reflective modes in my time at Nebraska. And then of course, Nebraska, we don't really talk Nebraska on this show, but I will say that it seems as if there's at least from my perspective, there's a different vibe around, I say vibe or energy or whatever you want to call it, vibe around the team this year. And I mean like in-house a little bit more, because it seems to me as if it's becoming more fun for the players. And I think that's vital.
Yeah.
That's vital for that's not only vital for the players, but it's for the coaches too, because it kind of takes the pressure off of it's not the pressure off of the coach, but it kind of the hierarchy of things and like the order of things comes into balance again. Because when the coach has to take initiative for everything, it just doesn't click well, and the team doesn't flow, and there's imbalances. But when the player can coach, but also do his job, but also lead, but also take accountability, those are the teams that I think do the best. And and during the spring, from what I've heard is that not only limiting guys reps, but they're like certain guys aren't practicing for a full day, right? And they're just doing indies and they're not doing a lot of reps. It's just like, you get a couple reps here and here, and, mainly for the older guys. I believe they did that for last spring. But the fact that I heard it in the presser too, that Rule was talking about that the players, the guys who could be sitting out still want to play and still like are like, it's that guy like you have to hold back, like the bar fight, like you got to hold him back because he still want to go and get his stuff in, right? But being able to, for a coach having to hold you back, because that was always the thing growing up. It was like never have a coach tell you like have to push you, right? A coach should always have to pull you like, let me rein you in a little bit more.
Yeah.
Brewington, let me rein you in. Like it's just walk through, right? Instead of, hey man, we're doing tempo, like it's tempo today. Like, why are you jogging? Like, so I think that's what I'm hearing. And I think it's encouraging. And from the standpoint of like a former player that wants the team to do good, because I think there's sometimes former players who don't want the team to do good because they're like, I don't know, envious or jealous or whatever. I don't know, right? Whatever the situation is. But like, I think this is, and I don't want to get caught up in the Kool-Aid conversation, right? Like where, you believe this is the year, right? And we're going to make it to the 95 championship team or 94, whatever it is. But I do believe that this team talent wise has something that relates similar to like the 21 team. I think there's some names on there that might pop up like midway through the year and be like, oh wow, we didn't know this guy was like that. And mainly a bunch of transfers. I think of like the 21 year when Samari Toure came in, and and the emergence of Cam Jurgens, and the consistent play of Cam Taylor-Britt. And so like you had these guys like flourish, and then like Austin Allen came into his own that year. And I'm trying to think of who else. Jojo Doman, did what Jojo Doman does, right? Like I believe Chris Kolarvik had him on a couple weeks ago on his 6 p.m. in Lincoln. I didn't listen to it, but if you're interested in that, of course, go back and watch that. But I think there's opportunities, and some guys that come to mind is like, the Javen Wrights. Can we see the full potential version of him, right? The one that 2 years ago before the blood clot situation, had 2 picks, as a linebacker, and forced fumble and took over the game against Maryland, and 55 tackles, tied the team in tackles without starting, right? So him, and then Dasan McCullough from Oklahoma, was that SEC now? Is that the SEC?
Yep.
Yeah. So Oklahoma SEC football player. You got Dane Key coming in at receiver, and Nizia Hunter. Those 2 guys are going to be, I think those are going to be game changers. And then still trying to, figure out the tight end position, see what's happening there. Is Carter Nelson going to be the guy? I think that's a name for me where if you find a way to get him the ball, the offense could change dramatically if he's a factor, and especially at the tight end position, because you're thinking not only is he a receiver, is he a tight end, can he do both? Yeah, for sure. But if he can play tight end, and I mean, you stick him in there for an outside zone and he can at least handle his own with a defensive end. Like, I'm not saying I'm definitely not saying in year 2 of playing Big Ten tight end, I need you as a tight end to demolish a 6-tech or demolish kick out a 290-pound defensive end. I'm not asking you to do that. But if you can hold your own, and you can put up a good fight, against some decent linemen, I think that would be key.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw it to our second break. One more segment of What's Brewing on the other side, and then we'll go on to Todd Euler. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77 for Pioneers. Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, we're back with What's Brewing for one more segment here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Like I said earlier, just taking you through another Saturday here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so I got a challenge and a book a book suggestion, I should say. I'll say a book suggestion. The first one, the challenge, because we only got a couple minutes. The challenge is to find more things to be grateful for. It's a personal challenge, but also like a challenge for everyone else. But find more things to be grateful for, because they say gratitude is a magnet. And then the next one is a book suggestion would be The Biology of Belief. It's fantastic by Bruce Lipton.
Okay.
Take you a little bit on like the biology side, then it gets to like why belief, why self-belief, and like belief in why your belief systems have got you to a point, and how it can take you to like the next level and where you want to be. But those two things, I think gratitude is a magnet. I think the more you can be grateful for, the more you can be able to receive, the more things you'll be able to receive, because I think you kind of expand the vessel, right? More energy can come in. And then the book suggestion, I might start doing book suggestion at the end of every show, because I got so many, and I think it can help a lot of people, because they've definitely helped me. I think reading has helped me. Reading the right books has helped me. Reading the wrong books have not helped me. So whatever the right book is for you, I would always advise you to or recommend, or don't take my advice, of course. Do what you feel, but always trying to get knowledge from somewhere, and in the hopes that it will make you the best version of yourself. And that's ultimately what we're on here, encouraging, and what we're trying to embody ourselves is truth, right? And the best version of ourselves, and that's love and peace and all that good stuff. So I hope everyone is not only having a good day, but will have a good Easter, have a good Resurrection Sunday, whatever your belief is, whether it's just hanging out with family, or you practice the teachings, whatever it is. Doesn't really matter to me, but I just hope you have a great weekend, and open your eyes to all that's around you. And man, there's so much to be grateful for, and it was a blessing talking to you, Jackson, like always.
Yes, man. Of course. Well, that's going to do it for What's Brewing for this week. And we got the Power Hour up next, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.